They were colonised, then they were free, then under administration, then occupied, then independent. Then there was the issue of the light blue, then the dark blue, then back to light blue, then the dark blue, and then not so dark blue. This is the story of the flags of the Philippines. The current national flag was reaffirmed on the 12th of February 1998 and has a 1:2 ratio. Along the hoist we have this white triangle to represent liberty, equality and fraternity. In the vertexes, yes that's a word, there are golden stars with 5 points, each star to represent one of the country's 3 main island groups, Luzon, Visayan and Mindanao. The sun with its 8 rays are for the provinces. The blue, which we'll cover in more details later, is to show willingness to sacrifice oneself for freedom, and red for courage. It was originally designed by Emilio Aguinaldo, the first president of the Philippines in 1898, 100 years before the current version. The flags for the country have not only stayed the same for an amount of time, they've also changed dramatically due to various countries overseeing control. Let me explain. We begin in 1565 with the Cross of Burgundy as carried by the Kingdom of Spain. However, this was replaced briefly by the East India Company flag when the British gained control between 1762 and 64. The Spanish regained ownership and flew a number of different Spanish flags for the duration until 1898, when the revolution resulted in Philippines' own rule and the first version of their current flag flown on the 12th of June 1898. That said, America administered vast islands connected to the Philippines, and they were made to fly the US flag of the time until 26 March 1920, when the Philippines flag could fly right across their isles. However, the blue and red were the same as the US flag at the time until the 25th of March 1936, when the blue was changed along with the designs of the sun's rays to make them simpler. Between 42 and 45, Japan occupied the country, and while there was some administration done locally, they were under Japanese rule. During the occupation, alongside the Japanese flag, this was used briefly in 1943, followed by something that's very similar to today's flag. Once Japan had been removed, 1946 saw this much darker version before President Ferdinand E. Marcos went to the extremes and lightened it before it was darkened a little, and then in 1986 the new president reinstated the 1936 version. Keep up. In 1998 the flag and heraldic code of the Philippines was amended and gave specific colour codes for all colours to coincide with the centennial celebrations, and it's this flag that still flies today. For more flags of Asia, you're going to need to click on the playlist over here, and if you want to buy your own flag, then check out the description below.